Dear friends, good day. In front of you is the second video that is dedicated to the standardization of the Romani language. And today we are talking about morphology. You know that these videos on the standardization of the Romani language are made in the Romani language, and on YouTube you have the complete standardization of the Romani language with detailed grammar. Obviously, these data were published in the book Roma and the Roma language, and there you have the writings in the Roma language and English. Friends of the Romani language, I made this video just for you who wanted to learn more about the Romani language, and if you want to know more, watch the videos in the Romani language or buy the book. I inform you that on YouTube you have other videos that include all the topics of the Roma people. There you have over 200 videos. Please subscribe to my channel to enable us to make more videos. Also share the videos with your friends so they can be informed too. Now we move on to the aforementioned lesson. Morphology is a branch of linguistics that studies the form and structure of words in a language, or languages, especially the consistent patterns of inflection, composition, derivation and morphological change. The word morphology derives from the Greek language and is a combination of two words, morph, form, and logos, word. Morphology studies the smallest elements of the language, morphemes, which carry a meaning, including the inflections that appear by combining phonemes. Word. The word is the smallest linguistic unit which has a meaning. Words can consist of 1, 2, 3 or more letters or speech sounds. For example, I, av, come, dui, tu, maro, bread, seklov, teach, etc. Words that have the same number of speech sounds are distinguished from other words through speech sounds in particular words. For example, maro, bread, kalo, black, panj, 5, trin, 3, etc., which all express something totally different. Words may have the same speech sounds, but their positions in words and their functions differ from word to word. For example, Roma, Roma, maro, bread. Mardo, beaten, marod, don't search, quote semicolon. Shilalo, cold. Male person. Loshali, glad. Female person, etc. Words can share some or many identical speech sounds in a row, as for example, Bashala, he makes a sound, makes music, Rovella, he cries. Mardo, beaten, Thardo, burnt, Muklo, let, left, Chuklo, dog, etc. As you see in the last example, words can differ only in the initial speech sound, whereas other speech sounds can be identical, but their meaning is different. Every human being can express his or her opinion, love, disagreement, desire, etc. Humans can do so with words, which carry a meaning. Through words people can speak about what is invisible, and through the meaning and words, we can create or understand a story that expresses our opinion. Words are divided in two groups. 1. Inflected words. Those parts of words that do change. 2. Roots. Those that do not change the form of words. 1. Words that change, inflectional morphemes, are those words whose stem remains the same, but accept some letters for fulfilling grammatical rules. As for example those added to the lexical word grassed, horse. Grassed a, horses. Grassed e, horse. Grassed n, horses. Grassed esque, to the horse. Grassed eng, to the horses. 2. Lexical morphemes are also called free morphemes, for they express basic lexical meanings of words, and do not take any other form. Inflectional morphemes can take another form, through which they express a. Gender. For example, masculine and feminine. O kuhevo, the boy, I kuhe, the girl. B. Number. For example, yek keher, one house, but kera, many houses. Yek kani, one hen, but kanya, many hens. C. Case. For example, kuhavasko, of the boy, kaveski, of the boy, kavesta, from the boy, kuhevska, to the boy. D. Pronoun. Person. For example, me nakav, I go, tu nake, you go, ovi nakal, he goes. E. Tense. Time. For example, o pani keravyol, the water boils, o pani kar keravyol, the water will boil. Mo vogi dukal, my heart hurts, mo vogi dukale, my heart will hurt. F. Adjective. Way. For example, Baro pani, big water, bari balval, strong wind. I yag thablo po hari, the fire burns slowly, o kuhavo, but roval, the boy cries a lot. A. Word parts. Morphemes. That indicate the gender. From their presentation, words in Romani language can be different when talking about the gender. Through the morphemes which are used in Romani language, we can understand which gender particular words belong to. In the Romani language, inflectional, changeable words are divided in two genders. 1. Masculine. Words that belong to masculine gender. 2. Feminine. Words that belong to feminine gender. Some words of masculine gender. Dad, father, phral, brother, papo, grandfather. Furo, old, turno, young, kuhavo, boy. Yaro, egg, varo, flour, maro, bread. Grassed, horse, her, donkey, mako, fish. Thav, wind, br shind, rain, yiv, snow. Kasht, wood, bar, stone, uda, door. Some words of feminine gender. Day, mother, fen, sister, bibi, aunt. Furi, old, turni, young, kuhe, girl. Roy, spoon, purum, onion, sir, garlic. Grasni, mare, herni, fever donkey, buzni, she-goat. Rat, night, straffen, flash, light, lindra, sleep. Rovli, stick, car, grass, quick, mud. B. Number. Number marking is added to open word class words. When we speak, we always say the words in singular or plural, and this indicates that words can refer to one, in singular, and to several, in plural, as in for example, 1. I lugi kar pakyaya okher. The long grass has covered the house. 2. O luj karya pakyard okher. The long blades of grass have covered the house. 3. Okherc but baro. The house is very big. 4. Okera c but bare. The houses are very big. In the first example we see that words lugi and kar are in singular. Yek lugi kar one long blade of grass, and that they belong to the feminine gender in singular. But also from the verbal expression pakyaya we understand that it is about a singular subject, as ya refers to a singular subject. In the second example luj and karya express the plural, but luj karya, and fall under the feminine gender in plural. But also from the expression pakyard we see that it is about plural, because of the plural ending, da. In English we have to translate with blades of grass if we want to express this plurality. In the third example kher and baro are in singular. Yek baro kher, one big house, and are categorized under the masculine gender in singular. In the fourth example words kera and bear express the plural, but bear kera, many big houses, and are categorized under masculine gender plural. As we see, words can be in singular, and in masculine as well as in feminine gender. In grammar, this is called singular. Latin singularis equals singular, one. But as we saw, words can be in plural as well, in masculine and feminine gender. In grammar this is called plural. Latin pluralis equals plural, many. C. Cases and case marking. The word case derives from Latin language. Casus equals case. This decision has been taken by the people who dealt with grammar, thinking that the noun changes its form and receives inflections. Therefore word formation has also been called declension, from the Latin word, declinare, which further explains the distinctive inflections from the basic form. The cases have different suffixes on the same word, as for example here, where bold print indicates case endings. O rom vash t kamol e Roman, manglape t jivdanol e Romensa. In order for a Rom to love Roma, he must live with the Roma. In the given example the masculine noun Rom, as you see, has been mentioned 3 times, but each time in different form. Rom, Roman, Romensa. Yek kerni pha be she t kernurol yava faben, T sign sa na ulava ola yava fabienda. A putrid apple can make other apples putrid if we do not put it separately from the other apples. In the given example, the feminine noun apple is mentioned 3 times, but each time in a different form. All words that can be changed in cases belong to an open word class. These words may have up to 8 cases. We will show the cases with their Latin names, as they are used worldwide. They are, case name Romani example, who, what, English meaning. 1. Nominative, ko, so, who, what. 2. Genitive, kasko, kaski, kask, whose, to whom. 3. Dative, kask, to whom. 4. Accusative, case, whom. 5. Vocative, o. Dot. Dot. Exclamation mark. O. Dot. Dot. Exclamation mark. 6. Instrumental, kasa, sova, with whom, by what. 7. Locative, casta, at what, at whom. 8. Ablative, casta, from whom. Nominative. The word nominative derives from Latin language casus nominativus. Nominare equals to name something. Dot. The nominative is a grammatical case that indicates who is the doer or agent of the action and responds to the question who and what, ko and so. The first question word of the case, ko, asks for living beings, whereas the question, what, refers to objects, for example, ko halamaro, o ramo halamaro. Dash. Who eats bread? Ramo eats bread. So dikher. Dekav okher. Dash. What are you looking at? I look at the house. Genitive. The genitive is the second case in Romani language. The word genitive derives from the Latin language casus genitivus, acquired at birth, and responds to the questions whose, to whom, Romani kasko, kaski, kask, for example. Kasko si akava kher. Akava kher ce kuhave esko. Whose house is this? This is the boy's house. Kask si akala kuhave. Akala kuhave ceqhav-esk. Whose boys are these? These boys belong to the boy. Kaski si akaya kuhe. Akaya kuhe ceqhaveski. Whose girl is this? This girl belongs to the girl. As we see from the given examples, the genitive agrees with the masculine gender in singular, kasko, and plural, kask, as well as with the feminine gender in singular, kaski, and plural, kask. Dative. The dative is the third from total of 8 cases in the Romani language. The word dative derives from Latin language, dare to give. Dot. Dative responds to questions. To whom? Kask. For example, kiin. Kask denyan olil. Olil denyam e ramaski. To who? M. Did you give the paper? I gave the paper to Ramo. Accusative. The accusative is the fourth case in Romani language. The word accusative derives from Latin language accusare. Accusatus. To accuse. Dot. The accusative e responds to the question whom. Case. For example, RTK case diklan anno kher. RTK diklam e samire anno kher. Whom did you see last night in the house? I saw Samir last night in the house. Vocative. The vocative is the fifth case in Romani language. The word vocative derives from Latin casus vocativus. Vocare equals to call, invite. The vocative is an independent case, and this case does not respond to any question, but one uses it when one calls upon someone. Let us look at some examples of the vocative. Rom eya, or Roma, plural, Rom Alan. Hey, Rom. Hey, Roma, plural, Roms. Qhaveya, or Qhavo, plural, Qhav Alan. Hey, boy. Boy, plural, boys. Instrumental. The instrumental case is the sixth case in the Romani language. The word instrumental derives from the Latin language. Instrumentum equals tool. Dot. The instrumental responds to question with whom, and with, by what. Casa, sova. For example, eya in. Casa Alan. Alam me dad eya. With whom did you come? I came with my father. Sova Alan. Alam e grasp eya. By what did you come? I came by horse. Locative. The locative is the seventh case of the Romani language. The word locative derives from Latin language. Locus equals place. Dot. The locative corresponds to the question whom. To whom. In Romani casta. In the examples the ending t is found. Casta beshlan RTK. RTK beshlam e gemel este. At whose place? Where did you stay last night? Last night we stayed at Gemel's place. Ablative. The ablative is the eighth case of the Romani language. The word ablative derives from the Latin language. Ablatus equals to send, to deliver. Ablative responds to questions, from whom. In Romani casta, for example tar in, casta kinyan o telefoni kinyam e Ibrahim Esther. From whom did you buy the telephone? I bought the telephone from Ibrahim. Pronouns and pronominal marking. When we use inflectional forms of words, then we can learn who is the person performing the action through the pronominal elements. For example, Siklov, Sikloviv, I study. Here we see that this word comes from the stem Siklov, to study. From the stem Siklov we cannot extract who is doing what, but when we have the inflection of the pronoun, as av in our example, then we know who is doing what. The word Sikloviv, I study, indicates the person, pronoun who studies in the ending av. We can see that the pronoun in our example is the person who speaks. He is the one who is studying. Me Sikloviv, I study. In further inflectional forms it may be Siklovi, you study. Here we see that the second person is studying. Siklovi, you study. Then ov Siklol, he studies. This word may receive another inflection and become Siklol, he studies. Here we see that the doer of the action is the third person. Ov or oi Siklol, he or she studies. What we have shown above is about the pronouns, persons in singular. But this can apply in plural as well. For example, Siklova, we study. This indicates the plural in present simple tense. Siklovan, you study. This indicates the second person in plural. Siklon, they study. This indicates the third person in plural. Tense, time. When words receive inflection, they also show us the time, tense when the action takes place. We will use the same example as above. Sikloviv, I study. In the given example we can see who the doer or agent of the action is. In the example, Sikloviv, we see that the action, Siklovibe, is in the present simple tense. If we change the word to Siklilam, then we see that the action, O Siklovibe, the study, takes place in the past simple tense. If we change the word to Siklovava, then we see that the action, O Siklovibe, learning, will take place in the future. As we can see, the stem of the word remains the same, but the inflections indicate when the action took place. Mood. When the words receive inflections, they also indicate which mood the action took place, i.e., how real the action is. In our case, I study. We see that the action has been done by studying. As we saw from our example, Sikloviv, I study, one word can tell us pronouns, the tense and the mood. Words may be divided in 11 groups, based on the specifications they express. The first 6 listed below are words with inflectional endings, flexional, whereas the last 5 are independent words. 1. Articulo, geno, article. 2. Substantivia, navni, noun. 3. Adjectivi, pashnavni, adjective. 4. Pronomia, sarnavni, pronoun. 5. Numerous, gindo, numeral. 6. Verbum, kernivni, verb. 7. Adverbium, pashkernivni, adverb. 8. Proposition, propositia, prepositions. 9. Conjunction, fandini, conjunction. 10. Particula, lavora, particle. 11. Interjexia, chingaripe, interjection.